had group 1, we had group 2, this group 1 tax assessment. We had group 2, group 3, group 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've added 6, 7, 8, just in case there's a new team. And then this is the assignment delivery. We have 10 minutes duration per group. So you're going to do a presentation, PowerPoint slides. It said the format, professional briefing, not descriptive lecture. So you're not going to lecture us. It must include a problem, key risks, strategy, mitigation measures, and then policy implication. This is how the report should be written. This is the format, the 10-page, report. And you should have your references style as well. I'm recording also. The person who is requesting for recording, I will not approve. I'm recording and I'm going to give. They'll have at least 2 course text formats. Use a peer review formatting style, right? And then this is the breakdown of the assessment. The presentation will take 60%. The report will take 40%. So the presentation, this is what I require. This is what we're going to mark. This is going to be the grading for the presentation. And then the written report, excluding references. This is what we have. So this is going to be your I, the interim assessment. So just take note of it, study it, and then let's discuss. I gave you 2 weeks from the other, the last time we met, and it appears that now we have how many groups, Akopa?
Sir, please 7.
Now we have 7 groups.
Yes,
so
sir.
When we meet, and it's 2 hours, and we are doing 10 minutes, that will be 70 minutes. That is 1 hour, 10 minutes. And then probably if we use 5 minutes, no, we need to, if we use another, 5 minutes for asking questions, then that will be 15 minutes for each group. So we need to multiply 15 by 7 groups. Okay. And that is going to give us 15 times 7, 105. That it's 1 hour, 45 minutes. That's the period we're going to look at. Do you have any questions? I've shared it with Akopa. So you guys don't have any questions? All right.
So we will ask along the way.
No, this one will not come back to it. So I'll give you 29 and then the 5th. So on the 12th of April, we'll do
Doc, I have a question, sir.
our presentation. Okay,
Doc,
on the 12th, just a minute. On the 12th of April, we'll have our presentation. Okay, go ahead.
Sir, please, with the presentation, are we going to forward it to you through your mail, and then when you come online during the lectures,
when
we
you
then
come on,
share?
No. When you come, you share your screen and then you do the presentation.
Sir, please say again, sir.
When you come, you share your screen and you do your presentation. When you are done with your presentation, you send me the slides.
Okay, Doc.
And then the report. And take note that even though you are going to do a teamwork, if I realize that your team is one person that is doing the work, doing the talking throughout, and that you come and you say, oh, we are group 4. Our topic is this. Then you go and just hide somewhere. And when they finish, say, in conclusion, emergency transportation is this. Then you come. that jam work, it no go work. It no go work. It should be equal measure. Otherwise, I will allocate specific marks to members of the group. You will not get so. Most of these things, when we say we could join group, people, you go call themselves, they no go mind you. You go call them, they no go mind you, then finally they go come up, okay, what are we doing? So I will do the introduction. Then the person will come. Good afternoon, sir. This is group 4. Today we are presenting on emergency transportation planning. Here with me here is Akwafa, Emmanuel, and then Owusu Dia, and then Tina Owusu. Akwafa will start the presentation. Thank you. Then go ahead. That one, any idiot will do that way. I beg you. Make no try. Because we understand the game. Then when we are done, then you come and say, in conclusion, transportation planning is this. Thank you, sir. That's it, we stop. Share the slide and each part word. And then learn how to present in a group. You understand the transition. If one person is done and the other person is taking over, the person takes over seamlessly. It's not like, oh, I have finished my part now, Copper will join. You get it? It doesn't look more professional, but you plan so that when you are ending, a Copper just comes in without even you saying anything. You get it? Aha. In that manner. So when you are ending, a Copper comes in and says, my name is Akofa, I'll be taking you through this portion. Then he starts, and then the next person comes and all that. And then you do a good job. So that synergy amongst you is also going to it shows that you people a group. Who else? Any question? So last week, what did we actually before you share your screen? Okay, so whoever is ready to share his screen can do that. Whoever is ready to share his or her screen can do that. Because we are just 10 or not, we are just 9. In fact, 8. Akofa is using 2 devices, so we are 8 on the call now. No one is ready to share the screen. Hey, Charlie. Let's say before they do it, go sweet power.
Doc, we'll share it soon, sir.
Because if me to start my madness, it go
That we share it.
All right. So what did you do? Oh, please, who is sharing?
I thought Emmanuel Dio was sharing his screen.
I beg, whoever is ready can share.
I think I saw Emmanuel also sharing. That was why I stopped.
Please go ahead.
So, Emma, you can go ahead to share.
People, I'm checking each and everyone's screen. Oh.
My
So
laptop is giving me a bit of a problem. So please, you continue with yours, and then I'll take it from there, please.
what happens when we are doing class? Hey, okay, go ahead. Or you guys think that I should ignore this? I can ignore and then we can proceed with what we are doing
Oh, no,
because
sir.
I don't really have time. You understand? For me, time is everything. So to come on the portal and then speaking, people are there. They appear not to be hearing what you're saying. I cannot be shouting on top of my voice. So let me take you through what you guys will do. Then we got the settings down.
Please, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Take us through what you did.
Okay, so
You are not talking.
okay, so I added my CV and the course outline, and I inputted what you asked us to do, which is I am an Estinowusu. I am a student of ATU doing MS Logistics. Attached is my course outline and my CV. Today, I'm leading the discussion on the topic below, transport planning for emergency, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. So So with the diagnostic alignment, it asks me, have I already read anything about this topic? Of which I gave a brief insight on what I know about it. Okay, so my response. Okay, so I responded that I have already read anything about. Okay, have you already read anything about this topic? I have discussed the introduction to transport management. As for emergency planning, what we discussed is being able to. I'm hearing myself. What we discussed is being able to
Check a little
forecast
bit.
into the future and schedule against any unforeseen mishap, which is likely to happen relatively to transportation. So it asks me, do I want a presentation structure, talking points plus explanation, or interactive discussion questions for your class? So I answered, I want all. It asked me what
What you
disaster
did,
happened.
what you did was that you copied the questions that it asked and then answered it here, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Please, listen, what she's doing is just a skill. It's just a skill on how to use AI platforms that people pay a lot of money go and learn. And that's what she's taking us through. Go ahead.
So the first question it asked was, what's a disaster? When a disaster happened, which is either flood, earthquake, or pandemic, what happens to transport system? I think they're picking in the class. So road, vehicle, communication. I didn't give any answer, so I asked it to answer for me. And the next question was, if transport fails during disaster, what are the consequences? Think in 3 categories. So it gave me people, goods, and services. So I answered for people, die or hurt. Then goods, I answered damages. Then service, I answered poor or bad. Can we wait for a disaster before planning transport? I responded, no. What risks can disrupt transport in a disaster? I answered fiscal risks and system risks. So it asks another question, flood in Accra. Which roads flood first? I asked it to answer. How will ambulances move? I asked it to answer. Where should supplies be stored? I asked it to answer. So when it came to what is the biggest transport failure during disaster in Ghana, I answered road, water. And it asked me again, should emergency transport planning be centralized or decentralized? And I answered, it depends on a specific situation. And went ahead with, is technology more important than infrastructure? I responded with, they are both important. What would you prioritize with limited resources? And I asked it to answer for me. So per the questions and the feedback I gave it, this is what it gave me. Excellent, Ernestina. Now we move to full discussion, leader mode. You have already done something important. You attempted answers. That's how advanced thinking develops. So now I will So, one, refine your answers so they sound academic and confident. Two, build your presentation structures. Give you speaker talking points. Strengthen your discussion leadership. So with the question one, what happens to transport system during a disaster? Which is the road? Your improved answer, roads may become flooded, blocked, or destroyed. Key routes becomes inaccessible. Traffic congestion increase due to panic movements. So with the vehicles may damage or unavailable. Fuel shortages may occur. Emergency vehicles may struggle to reach affected areas. With communication systems may fail or become unreliable. Poor coordination between agencies. Daily information flow affects response time. And with the supply chain, disruptions in movement of goods, delays in delivery or relief items, which is food, medicines, breakdown in logistics coordination. So with the question two, consequences of transport failure. You answered well. Now let's elevate it. So with the people, loss of lives due to delayed evacuation of emergency response. Increased injuries and vulnerability. Goods. Damage or loss of essential goods. Shortage of food, medicine, fuel. Services. Breakdown of healthcare, security and emergency services. Reduce efficiency in disaster response. With the risks question, I said physical risks and system risks. So with the physical risks, we talked about damaged infrastructures, such as the road and bridges. Operational risks, lack of drivers, poor coordination. Environmental risks, which is the flooding, weather conditions. System risks, communication and IT failure. The Accra scenario, which road flood first? Low-lying areas. Example, areas around Odo River. Poor drainage zone, densely populated urban roads. How will ambulances move? Use alternative routes, prioritize emergency lanes, coordinate with police for traffic control. Possible use motorbikes or smaller vehicles. Where should supplies be stored? In strategic, evaluated locations, close to high-risk areas, but not inside danger zone. Decentralized storage points for faster access. With limited resources, what do you prioritize? 1. Saving lives, emergency response route. Critical supplies, medicine, food. Communication system, key transport route. So your presentation structure, the first slide, title, which is transport planning for emergency, your name plus cause. Second slide, introduction, What is emergency transport planning? Why transport system fail during disaster? Third slide. What happened during disaster? Breakdown. Roads, vehicle, communication, supply chains. Slide 4. Why it matters. Impact on people, goods, services. Slide 5. Pre-disaster planning. Route planning, resource allocation, coordination systems. Slide 6. Risk assessment. Types of risks. Risks. Probability by impact or times impact. Slide 7. Mitigation strategies. Backup routes. Technology, which is the GIS tracking. Training and simulation. Slide 8. Case study. Accra flooding. Roads affected. Emergency response challenges. Solution. Then slide 9. Discussion questions. Use the one you prepared. Then slide 10. Conclusion. Planning saves lives. Transport, backbone of emergency response. So with step 5, your speaker talking points. Here is how you should sound. So opening, which is the strong start. Imagine a flood in Accra. Roads are blocked. Ambulances cannot move. And relief supplies are delayed. This is how critical transport planning is during emergency. Transition. Before we discuss solution, let's first understand what actually happens to transport systems during disasters. Risk selection. Risk section. Risk is not just about what can happen, but how likely it is and how severe its impact will be. Closing. Effective transport planning is not reactive. It is proactive. The goal is not to just respond, but to be prepared. Step 6. Discussion leaders. When students answer, do not say wrong. Instead, say, this is a good point. Can we expand it? Interesting. What about in a flood situation? Does anyone want to add to that? This makes you look like a facilitator, not just a presenter. So, with my cognitive feedback, I was scored 9/10. You are now thinking at system plus applied level. Strength. You already think in risks and structure. That's advanced for logistics. Next growth level. Start using examples plus structured language together. Final encouragement. Ernestina, you are not just presenting. You are thinking like a logistics strategist.
Oh, yeah.
So please say, this is what I did.
All right, well done. So what I ask you to do is that just type, provide me with an explanation note.
Say, please come again.
Provide me with an explanation note. Explanation notes with practical examples. Practical examples. In 200 words, 200 words limit for each section. For my reading and comprehension.
Sir, please, for my reading.
For my reading, limit for each section, for each section.
Okay.
For each section, not for this section, for each. For my reading and comprehension.
For my reading.
And comprehension. Comprehension.
Hello, Ernestina. Hello, Ernestina. Please kindly look at the first word, the provide. You wrote prove.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. I'm still thinking. Read the first one.
Sir, please come again.
It's giving you something about
Okay.
disaster was planning. Let's read that. That's all.
Student mode. Structured reading notes. MS level. Guided or clear. Sorry. Each session is within 200 words with explanation and practical example. 1. Pre-disaster planning. Explanation. Pre-disaster planning refers to all transport-related preparations made before a disaster occurs to ensure continuity of movement. It involves anticipating disruption and designing systems that remain functional under stress. Key components include identify critical routes, mapping alternative paths, allocating transport resources, which is vehicle, fuel, personnel, and establishing coordination mechanism among agencies. It also includes evacuation.
Other ones will come. Okay, evacuation and all that. Okay, I think that your internet is. But you have done well. So keep it up. So what we'll do is when we are done with this lecture, you will put it in it and then indicate that this is another topic we are treating today, and it will take you through the same process. This is for your learning. All right. What it means is whatever you want to understand, you don't need anything from anyone. You don't need even the lecture. You can go through all the course, understand, break things down, get the real understanding, get your practical tools out of it, and then you can run with it. You can create any scenario that you want to create. So well done. Please unshare your screen and let's see the next person.
Okay, sir.
Look, I'm sharing my screen.
And please, the lady who shared the screen, what's the name?
Sir, please, Ernestina Usu.
Ernestina, okay.
Look, I've shared my screen.
Monitoring you. Yes, boss, take us through.
Okay. Good morning, Doc. Okay, so the last week's session, we were actually tasked to input the course outline into the VPF Edu 360 Copilot. Now, I did that, and then I inputted this parameter, which says I am Emmanuel Kofi Akon. I am a student of ATU doing MSc Logistics. Attached is the course outline and my CV. Today, I am leading the discussion on the topic below. And the topic was transport planning for emergencies, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. Now, after inputting all these parameters, this was the result. It says, "Thank you, Emmanuel Kofi Akon. I have reviewed both your course outline and CV, and you are well positioned in the discussion, especially with your 15 years of military engineering and operational logistics experience in the Ghana Armed Forces, which directly relates to transport readiness during emergencies. Since you are leading a class discussion, I will help you structure it like a lecture, plus guides, so your classmates participate while you demonstrate mastery." The first point was transport planning for emergencies. In the course of transport planning for emergencies, you have pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. This is a discussion for leadership guide for MSc Logistics ATU. 1. Opening the discussion, which will require 2 to 3 minutes. It says start your life scenario to engage. So the scenario is like this. Imagine a major fire in Accra tonight. Roads are blocked. People must be evacuated, and relief supplies must reach victims. Without transport planning, emergencies response fails. Ask the class, this transportation the backbone of the response. The possible responses you can guide them toward: evacuation of people, movement of relief supplies, deployment of rescue teams, restoration of essential services. This connects directly with the course of objective of managing transportation resources during emergencies. 2. Key concept: transport planning for emergencies. Define it clearly. Transport planning for emergencies. It defines it like this. The process occurs to ensure the safe, rapid, and coordinated movement of people, goods, and emergency responders during crisis. That is the definition for transport planning for emergencies. It focuses on 3 major components, and they are: 1, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and 3, mitigation strategies. Now, it broke it down by explaining all into details. The first point was the pre-disaster planning. This is planning before the disaster happens. The key activities are: 1, evacuation planning. And under the evacuation planning, you must first of all identify the evacuation routes, determine the safe shelters, plan transport for vulnerable groups. 2, resource allocation. Under resource allocation, you must have an emergency vehicles readily available, fuel reserves, drivers, and trained personnel. Under pre-disaster management, you should have a coordination systems. And under the coordination systems, 1 is the government agencies, the military, the police, and the NGOs. And 4, you have network mapping. You must be able to identify critical routes, identify alternative routes, also identify transport hubs. A clear example is given here in the case of Ghana. During flooding in Accra, pre-planning could include: 1, using military trucks for evacuation; 2, identifying high ground shelters; 3, pre-position relief supplies. Your military background gives you a strong example here. Vehicle readiness, convoy coordination, and field logistics. So it went on. You could say military operations, vehicle readiness, and route planning are very essential. The same principle applies in disaster transport management. 4. Now we are coming to the risk assessment in emergency transport. Risk assessment simply means identifying vulnerabilities in transportation systems that could fail during emergencies. Key risk factors. Now there are the risk type and an example. Infrastructure risk. The example is bridges collapse, traffic congestion, evacuation with delays, weather condition, flooded roads, poor shortages, emergency vehicles cannot operate during the risk assessment. Communication breakdown, there will be poor coordination. Now, in the simple risk assessment processes, you should be able to identify these 5 points. 1, identify hazards. 2, identify vulnerable transport infrastructure. 3, assess likelihood. 4, you should be able to assess the impact. And 5, prioritize risk. A clear example is 1, hazard, likelihood, impact, and prioritize. The hazard is flooding. The likelihood is very high. The impact, very high. And then the priority is critical. Now we go to the mitigation strategies. Mitigation simply means reducing the impact of disasters before they occur. And within the mitigation strategies, these points must be first considered. 1 is the transportation mitigation, and under that, we have the infrastructure strengthening. Under the infrastructure strengthening, we have the elevation roads, reinforcing bridges. 2, under the mitigation strategies, we have alternative transport systems. And under the alternative transport systems, you should first of all consider rail, air transport, and water transport. Emergency transport corridors, the evacuation lanes, pre-positioning resources. You should have fuel, vehicles, and equipment. Technology use. Technology use, GPS tracking, GIS mapping, early warning systems. These technologies are part of modern emergency transport management tools. Now, 6, this is a clear case study which I can use for my class since I am having the discussion. So I used Hurricane Katrina, which occurred somewhere in the USA. And so during the hearing, these are the problems that occurred. 1, poor evacuation planning, lack of vehicles for vulnerable populations, congested highways, delayed rescue operations. What are some of the lessons that was learned during this case study? 1, need for multimodal transport planning. Importance of transport access for poor communities. Need for real-time transport coordination. 7, a short class activity, which is good for discussion, is good for discussion leaders. So ask students, if a major earthquake hits Accra tomorrow, what transport strategies should be implemented immediately? This is a discussion question for the class. And these are the ideas I was expecting, or I am expecting. 1, road clearance. 2, ambulance priorities. 3, military transport deployment. 4, airlifting supplies. And then traffic control. In conclusion, end with a strong statement. Effective emergency transport planning saves lives. Without proper planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies, disaster response becomes slow, chaotic, and ineffective. So I went further and then I typed in the search bar that before you proceed to perform activities 1 to 9, I want you to provide me with some 1,000 words of explanation of the concept with practical examples. And when you are done, prompt me to ask you to perform activity 1 to 9. And this is what it gave me. Transport planning for emergencies, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. Transportation systems as the critical component of emergency management. Because they enable the movement of people and relief supplies before, during, and after disasters. When disasters occur, such as floods, earthquakes, hurricanes, pandemics, or conflicts, the ability of or
Losing you.
community to
Guys, can you hear him?
Oh, sir.
often depends on how well
Okay, so let's go down. Let's go down. Let's see what you have done. Let's go down.
transportation
Let's go down and see what you have done.
have been planned
Hello.
transport. So
Hello. Who? So I posted something in the chat. Have you guys seen it?
Yes, sir.
Doc, my network is
The next
a
stage.
bit worried.
Let's see for the next topic.
That's down. Doc, can you see?
Nobody's talking.
Doc, please, can you see?
No.
And I'm sharing my screen again. Doc, please, can you see?
Yeah.
So I was at pre-disaster planning.
No, but let's go down. Go down. I just want to see. Go down. But at least you have your notes to go through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
sir, this is where I
confident
got to.
as your material. Yeah, let's go down. Okay. All right. I posted something. So the question I asked, what I asked Ernestina to do, you do the same thing. Ernestina,
Okay.
you can copy that prompt I gave to you, that it should give you the notes, right? I think that you have done that, isn't it? You have the notes at the top. Or that's different.
Yes, Doc. Doc, I have my note at the top.
Okay, so you can always use that too. Don't worry.
Yes.
Alberta,
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay. Good morning, Doc. Please, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so Doc, please, I'm so sorry, but then at a point I was a bit lost. Okay, so I think when I joined earlier, I couldn't hear most of the things, so I had to switch. So I came back and then I noticed people were presenting. So at a point I was a bit lost and I tried to do it by myself, but I'm not really getting the head and tail of it. So
You may
I don't know. I just don't want to be.
have you been part of the previous class?
Yeah, I joined last week. I participated.
Have you watched last week's video, the recording?
Yes, I did.
And then you should be able to
So
know.
most often yes, I have done it, but then the way they are engaging it and then it's giving the notes and I've done it, but then it seems quite different. So I don't know whether I'm on track or I'm
Same
not
out.
really getting what you are doing.
You're not going to get same out. Because when I ask people to share their screen, I don't know whether you were online. So those who are sharing their screen, I'm just saying. So if you have
Yeah, I
that
was
chance,
online. Yeah, I was online.
then I mean the guys will help you go through that. Boss, go down. Let's see. Boss, go down. Let me see finally what you have done.
Doc, this is the last part. Doc, can you? It is not school.
Okay. Okay. So you have the full the explanation as well. So what I put in there is copy from your from the chat. I'll put something in there about today's topic.
Okay, Doc.
And you can always go back to the previous one and have interaction also. Any question you want ask, you can ask at any point in time. So copy that one, what I put in there.
Okay, Doc. Doc, is it in the chat or with Ernestina?
Chat here. Check, I'll put it there.
Okay.
Who can see it?
I can say it.
I repost it on our page so you can copy from there too.
Doc, so we should open a new. I should open a new.
Post it here. Post it here. We are building a conversation. And if you've gotten to this stage, you do the same thing. So today I'm leading the discussion on the topic. You understand? Below humanitarian logistics. There should be a space between the logistics, delivering aid. There should be space in there.
So today I'm leading the discussion on the topic below. Okay.
So that's all we do for today, the discussion. So click on it and let me show you what will happen. So the same way you built the other one,
Yes, Doc.
the same thing we are doing here. Okay, so it says we will again follow the structural activity 1 to 9, but this time tailored to what? Humanitarian what? Logistics. You get it? Go down. Go down. Just go down slowly. So the same thing. What you say, good morning. It's just taking you through that. And then you ask it to build the 200 words explanation for you, all right, for each of
Okay,
the
Doc.
sections, just as this lady did. Then you have your notes on it. Any other
Doc.
question ask, you want, you can ask. So you have interaction with it. It helps you understand, gives you what practical examples. You understand to what you are doing.
Okay.
Okay. So take
Okay,
note
Doc.
of it.
Well noted, Doc.
So it means that next week, what I need from you is a discussion on this, so that one of you, 2 or 3 of you lead us through, just as you and Abeta has done. So go off and then let's take another person.
Okay, Doc.
Alberta, you had a problem. Can you share your screen?
Okay, yes, please, I will. Okay, please, can you see my screen?
Yeah. So what did you do? Let's go. Let's start the process. Ernestina.
Doc.
Walk her through the process. You did yours. Walk her through the process.
Okay. Sir, please, now or in chamber?
No, now. We are doing it here.
She's sharing this. Oh, I'm coming.
Okay. So the other one I did is here.
So I'm a student. She's already done something.
Hello.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so I have to continue. I picked it from I continue, but then I think today I'm leading the discussion on the topic below, the humanitarian. Should I begin from the initial one as in?
But that's today's one.
What's the previous one? What's the previous one you did?
Okay, I think it.
You said you had a problem, and we want to sort it out for you.
Yes, I'm trying to locate it, but I think it's off. I moved it to the other one after updating it with this one. I think that particular one is off. Transportation logistics. Okay, please let me just begin. Okay, I'm a student.
Mommy, 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 mommy. Yeah, pussycat has woke up.
Mm.
Whilst you're talking, you're typing, you have to talk. So we see what you're doing.
Please, I'm typing my name is, yes, sir. My name is Alberta Mamide Watambo. I'm an MSc student of Logistics and Transportation. I have
Are
attached
you
my
in the
CV and
are
course.
you in
I'm
the
leading the
group?
discussion on transport planning.
Hello? Are
Pardon?
you in the group 360 platform? Are you there? Is that where you
Okay.
because I
Dog,
don't
please,
see
a
that.
moment. Okay. Okay, dog, please. I've moved there. Pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. So I'll attach my CV and then. Oh, okay. So that is it. Okay, so Doc, I just noticed that if I use the 360, I'm able to attach only one. But when I
What?
use the other one, I'm able to attach two.
No, what you are using a free version.
Okay.
Of what you if it's not PDF, you can copy your content and paste it down. Do shift enter, and then you do shift enter, and then you paste it down so that it will make reference. This is
Okay,
PDF.
please.
Even
Let
online
me.
you can copy, you can put it there.
Okay. Okay. All right. So please, I'm copying my CV and then I'll drop it on the page. Okay. And I'll copy the. Okay. Please, I have submitted it.
Okay.
Okay. So please, can I?
So you can continue from here. You know what they did. It's ask various questions and then you answer.
Yes.
Right? You copy all the questions and then you answer and then you repost it back. And then you move to the next level. So when you follow what we did in the video, it becomes easier.
Okay.
And then you ask for your 200 words notes for each of the sections. Then you get it, and then you can now do what we did today, right? But the
Yes, please.
prompt I put into the chat. All right. So go off. Who else?
Thank you.
Who else?
Doc,
Yes,
should
who
I
else?
share my screen? Doc, should I share my screen?
Can.
Doc, good morning. Hello, Doc.
Morning.
Please, I'm
Fatima,
Fatima Mohammed. I'm new in the class.
you are new.
I came today.
Today. What happened?
Yes, please.
What happened?
I travel. I travel.
Oh, fine. But
Please
I
come
was
again.
in Dubai when I started the class. I had to dodge the bombs and come here.
Oh, okay.
So where are you?
Canada,
So,
please.
group? You have a group?
No, please.
Apparently that
I joined today. I'm in the class actually.
talk to Akopa. Akopa is your course rep. Akopa will
Okay, sir.
just follow what we are doing
Yes,
and take
Doc.
off. So today
Yes,
you are
Doc. Thank you very much.
and Fatima, I like the bit that you just joined the class and then you made yourself visible. Right? You made your voice heard. Congratulations. There are people who are here. I don't know whether they even exist. You've done well.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Boss, take us through what you did.
Sir, today or last week, sir?
Now tell us all that you have done. Explain it to us.
Okay, sir. So last week I posted, I added my CV and the write-up. So it says I am Mr. Chopani Hatmut David, a student of ATU doing MSc Logistics. Attached is my course outline and my CV. Today, I am leading the discussion on the topic below: transport planning for emergencies, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. Mr. Twapani, Mr. Twapani Hatmu David, I have looked through the materials you shared, your CV and your course outline for MLT 515, Emergency Transport Management. Your topic today, transport planning for emergencies, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies, sits directly at the heart of the course objectives, which emphasize preparedness, coordination of transport resources, and strengthening resilience before disaster occur. Let me help you structure your discussion so that it flows clearly when you lead the class. 1, understanding transport planning for emergencies. And it says that transport planning for emergencies refers to the systematic preparation of transport systems before disaster occurs so that people, goods, and essential services can still move efficiently during crisis. Transportation becomes critical in emergencies for 1, evacuating affected populations, delivering relief supplies such as food, medicine, fuel, and also supporting emergency responders, restoring economic and social activities after disaster. Because disasters disrupt normal transport network, planning must happen before the disaster to ensure continuity of operations.
Well, don't read everything.
Okay. So, so after I asked it, before you proceed to perform activities 1 to 4, I want you to provide me with some 800 words explanation of the concept with practical examples. And when you are done, prompt me to ask you to perform activity 1 to 4. And it says that Mr. Twapani David, let us begin by carefully grounding the discussion in the concept itself before moving to presentation materials or classroom activities. And then it says transport planning for emergencies, pre-disaster planning, risk assessment, and mitigation strategies. And they gave me all this. And then also asked me if you would like, you can now ask me questions to perform the activity 1 to 4. And I said, very well. And it gave me all the slides from 1 on a pre-disaster planning to risk assessment, mitigation, and also to the conclusion. So these are the slides compiled. And then here are the questions as well. So I asked it to answer the questions for me. So the question 1, which is, what are the biggest transportation challenges Ghana faces during emergencies such as floods or road accidents? And it answered all from question 1 to 4, the activities. And then today's topic. So that was what I did last week, sir. Hello, sir.
I'm asking if you added what we did today.
Yes, I've added, sir.
So next person. Please, when you share your screen, mention your name and let's take it out of there. I see someone sharing the screen, but the person doesn't want.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, this Emmanuel Studia. So regarding today's topic that you have given, so I asked the question. Let me move this one. So I asked the question. I'm Emmanuel Studia, student of the Accra Technical University, pursuing a Master of Science degree in Logistics and Transport. You have a lecture today on emergency transportation systems, and I'm leading the discussion on the topic below: humanitarian logistics, delivering aid, coordinating relief efforts, and managing supply chains in crisis. I've attached my CV for your perusal and the necessary assistance on the topic above. Kindly provide me with notes for the discussion. Use empirical examples for a detailed explanation. So, then it said, Emmanuel, this is excellent. Your background as a, sorry. Your background as a Ghana Armed Forces engineer officer with UN mission experience gives you a major advantage for this topic. You are not just discussing theory. You've lived elements of humanitarian logistics. You leverage that to position you as an authority in class. Now, I'll give you structured discussion ready notes, but I'll still guide your thinking so you can lead, not to recite, Then it gives the topic humanitarian logistics, delivering aid, coordinating relief efforts, and managing supply chains in crisis. Then we came to conceptual foundation, how you should open. Start your discussion with a contrast. Ask, how is logistics in business different from logistics in a disaster? Let them respond. Then anchor. Humanitarian logistics is the planning, implementation, and control of the efficient flow of relief goods, information, and services from origin to affected populations under conditions of urgency, uncertainty, and resource constraints. Then 2, core objectives: shift from profit to survival. In commercial logistics, cost minimization, profit maximization. In humanitarian logistics, speed, that gold in 72 hours, equity, fair distribution, saving lives. Insight to emphasize. In humanitarian logistics, efficiency is measured in lives saved, not money saved. Then we came to key components of humanitarian logistics system. Then it said, structure your teaching around this flow. A, needs assessment. That's the starting point. Identify who needs help. What do they need? How urgent? Example, during the 2014 to 2016 Ebola outbreak in West Africa, poor early assessment led to delayed response and spread of disease. Then B, procurement of relief items, food, water, medicine, shelter materials. For example, World Food Programme procures and repositions food globally in disaster-prone areas. Then the teaching point, pre-positioning reduces response time significantly. Then we came to C, transportation, your strongest area. Break into air transport, that's fast but expensive, land transport, cheap but vulnerable, and sea transport, bulk but slow.
Let's go through the flow. What else did you do?
So it gave me this whole thing without me giving it a prompt again. Because initially I constructed my question such that it will give me all that I need.
Okay.
So it just gave me the flow like that without providing me with any questions.
Okay. But just note that the bot would always like you to interact with it. That's where,
Yeah.
yes. So the interaction is very, very important.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you get to where we got to.
So the last at the end, it said, if you want, I can convert this into PowerPoint slides. Simulate questions. Simulate questions your lecturer may ask. Then create one-page summary handout for your class.
So just move to what we posted today, right? That's the next topic. What we put in the chat board, the chat.
Yes, so that is what I did.
Okay, so it has added into it, right?
Say again, sir.
It has added today's topic to it, right?
Yes, sir. It's today's topic.
Okay.
It's today's topic.
Yeah. So let's move to the next person. Who else has? At least I have about 4 or 5 people, or getting to 6 that are on track. I believe that these people are also in the group, right? And that they might fall in one or 2 of the groups. So, boss, take it off and then let's see if someone else will share the screen. Lee is sharing, so.
Can my screen be seen? Right, at all is my screen behaving this way since?
You can see your screen, though. It's just that your people have decided that when somebody
You can see. You can see.
Yeah, we can see. I can see your screen.
Say that I'm the one
I
seeing.
can see.
Okay, can I be heard? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
hi.
And go ahead.
Okay, so, sir, what I did last week, instead of doing the attachment of the CV and then the course outline, I actually copied everything on the CV and then the course outline. And this is what I had when I did so. Okay, so this is what I had. So it said, Nii Amartey, based on your course outline, your CV, and the fact that you are leading today's discussion in MSc Logistics at Accra Technical University, the best way to lead the class is to present the topic confidently as both practitioner and a student. Your 8 years experience of procurement, logistics, and warehouse management experience is actually a strong advantage in this course because emergency transport management depends heavily on supply chain coordination, procurement speed, and logistics planning. Below is a clear structure you can use to lead a 3-hour class discussion effectively. Discussion guide for leading the class. Now, of course, MLT 515, emergency transport, facilitator, David King Boyson, leading student, Nii Amartey. Open discussion, 5 minutes. Start confidently by introducing the topic. You can say, good morning, colleagues. Today, I will lead a discussion on emergency transport management, which is a critical aspect of logistics during disaster, humanitarian crisis, and emergencies. Transports play a vital role in ensuring that people receive supplies, medical support, and essential services reach affected areas quickly and efficiently. Without effective transportation system, disaster response operation can fail even if resources are available. Then connect it to a real life example. For example, during floods, earthquake, pandemics, or conflicts, road may be blocked, ports may close, and supply chain can collapse. This is where emergency transport planning becomes essential. What is emergency transport management? 10 minutes. Definition you can present. Emergency transport management is the planning, coordination, and operation of transportation system to move people, goods, services efficiently during disaster or crisis. Doc, please, I have a question here. My question is, how are we able to move services? Because services is something we don't see, we can't touch or feel. So I want to know, how are we able to move services?
When products move, physical product move, it moves with its services.
Oh, okay. Okay. My thinking was different anyway.
You get it. So there's something
Yes, I got
called product service bundle,
it.
right? So
Yeah.
I'll give you a. If this war, people flee from, Iran, or they flee from Israel, and they go and settle on
Mhm.
different country, okay?
Right.
And for instance, let's take a typical product, maybe vehicles. These guys have been using vehicles, all right? Those vehicles,
Yes,
if they
sir.
are passengers, they will bring the vehicles to the new location where they are settling. But the repairs of the
Mhm.
vehicle, that services
Mhm.
will also move, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It will also move with it. So most times, and take this simple, every product has its service inherent, built in it. You get it? So when a product
Yes, sir.
moves with its service, if you go, you buy, maybe you buy an air condition from maybe a shop, doesn't it move with its service bundle in?
Mhm.
Isn't it? Because someone has to fix the air condition, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
After that, somebody has to be servicing it, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Vehicles also move. So there's something in marketing called, like product development called product service bundle. That when you are developing a product, if you are clever, you build the services into it. That the person buys the product and will still need your service for a lifetime. And that's a very clever way of building, product. You don't just build the product so it becomes one time. All right. And that's why for a vehicle, now the batteries that we buy for a vehicle, the batteries cannot be refilled. It works for a certain number of years or run for a certain number of hours, and then you have to replace it. Now you cannot go and then put acid in it again. So it means that the vehicle has been sold to you, but every part of the vehicle, you understand, has to be serviced. You have to buy them. You have to buy a new engine when it's after a period. You have to buy battery. You have to change blocks almost every 3 months. Okay, it goes with it. So when the vehicle is moved from, let's say, Cotonou to another place, it goes with what the service bundle that is inherent. So that was a good question you asked.
So let's continue. Now, it covers three main phases. That is the definition it gave. in the earlier one I read. Now, preparedness, both disaster planning and risk assessment. Response during disaster, evacuation and relief logistics. Recovery after disaster, restoring transport system. Importance of transportation in emergency, 15 minutes. Now, evacuation of people, moving people from danger zones to safety locations. Example, flood evacuation, delivery of relief supplies, transporting food, water, medicine, and shelter. Movement of emergency personnel, ambulances, firefighters, military, and rescue team. Maintaining supply chain, ensuring hospitals and communities receive essential goods. Supporting economic recovery, reopening roads, ports, and transport system. Type of emergencies that affect transport. Natural disasters, such as floods, earthquakes, and hurricanes. Example, the 2010 Haiti earthquake destroyed roads and airports. Human-made disasters, wars, tourism, industrial accidents. The war, an example is the Iran-US war. And then healthy emergencies, example, COVID-19, disrupted global transport and supply chain. Key challenges in emergency transport. Infrastructure that's roads, bridge, airports are destroyed. Traffic congestion, too many people evacuating, lack of coordination, different agencies working separately, information gap, no real-time data, no road conditions, limited transport resources, not enough trucks, helicopters, or fuel. Tools used in emergency transport. Important technologies include GIS, Geographic Information System, used for mapping transport routes. Come again.
I'm saying that as Nee is going through, if you have any questions, you ask, right? You ask those questions. So Nee,
yeah,
just
okay,
go through the thematic areas.
Yes, sir.
And then allow the next person to.
Okay. So, did you say the humanitarian logistics? Can I go through that one?
No, you can go through that. So that's what you are doing now. Humanitarian logistics, isn't it? Okay, you've not.
But Doc, I want to know, am I on the right track? Because I did not do the attachment of my CV.
No, you're on the right track.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're on the right track.
Okay.
But I did something this morning. You can add that one as well to it.
Yes, I've added it. I've added it. Let me go down and see if. Okay, so before proceeding, perform 800. No.
This has been done. Okay, go down.
Yeah, this has been done. So I'm going down to provide me with an explanation note and practical examples in 200-word limits.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go down.
Okay, so great. Come again.
This one is for your own learning. You understand?
Okay.
You provided notes. It can even provide you with citations and all that. So let's go. I want to see the other one I asked you to post.
Okay, let me go through to them. I think that is the last one. Okay, so today I'm leading the discussion on
what everyone should do today. If you go through all the process, you should do this today. And then now you have an interaction with the bot to learn.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
All right. So let's move. The next person should, the next person should just share this. And that was a very brilliant question you asked, Nee. So keep it up.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Thank you. Is my screen please off?
Nee, it's still on.
It's still on.
It's still on.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah.
Who is sharing? Who is sharing? Okay, if no one is sharing,
Okay, Doc, please with me. I'm still engaging like answering the question that is being asked.
yeah.
Should I still share or I can continue? Should I share?
No, but I think you're on the right. So for those who are trying to
Okay.
for the first time, we are trying to make life easy for all of us. So instead of and today in the era of AI, we just want to make sure. Um, just a minute. Yeah. So what was I saying?
I I asked the question and you answered, but I think at a point you went off.
Okay. So all right. So let me briefly take you through this. The humanitarian supply chain structure um, when we talk about humanitarian, logistics, it's the movements of, human beings, right? Basically, that's what it is. So, Red Cross have been doing this work, this war that is going on in Gaza, Israel, and all that. People have to be moved, and when they move with, their items. And when we deal with humanitarian logistics, then you are dealing with operational 4 pillars like emergency response operation, risk and resilience, and technology. So in terms of the definition of humanitarian logistics, you see here that is defined as the planning, implementation, and control of efficient, cost-effective flow and storage of relief goods, services, and information from the origins affected population under condition of emergency, uncertainty, and resource constraints. We plan, we implement, and we control efficient, cost-effective flow and storage of relief goods. Those people might be in distress. So relief goods, services, and information from the origin to affected population. So we look at the entire supply chain, and that's what USAID does. That's what Red Cross does, and UNDP and others. What there's issue with. So you see pictures of all these things might be moving from one country to the other. All right, and all that. And the core characteristics, you have the dimension commercial logistics and humanitarian. So commercial logistics is predictable. Humanitarian logistics is highly uncertain. We were not. We knew that the war was coming up, but the things that are unfolding within the war, I hear now Iran has blasted a site close to Israel's nuclear site, which is worrying, because when things get out of hand, the entire Gulf countries are going to be in deep shit, right? And when you come to objective, this is for profit. This one saves life. Humanitarian logistics, the lead time, this is optimized. This is immediate. Formation, this is structured. This is incomplete. And then infrastructure stable and damage unknown. Stakeholders limited. This one multiple NGOs and all that. They form part of this process. Okay. Now, this is the structure of the chain. You have the sourcing, donor, government, NGO, procurement, emergency purchasing systems, and you have transportation, air, sea, land, the warehousing, and then we have the last mile, that is where it gets to the people. So this is the structure, it's like a flow. The last mile problem, very important. This is where most failures occurs. Challenges, inaccessible terrain. If they've blasted the entire region and you want to get people, the people are on the desert and you want to get logistics to them. And you cannot even drive to that place. It means you have to airlift. Airlifting also requires certain weight to go with it. So at a point in time, some of the wars that we saw over the period, they will have to fly with an helipad and then drop the items directly to them. I don't know if you've seen that images before or those videos before. They just on the helipad and then they drop the food.
Yes, sir. They sometimes drop it in the sea.
So that is it. Then there's a coordination complexities. In a multiple actor coordination, government, military, agencies, and all that. And the key operational challenges, the uncertain demand, infrastructure damage, patient gaps, resource constraints, and political and security constraints. And there are models for the humanitarian logistics. We have the push model, we have the pull model, we have the hybrid, the confluence of the two. And then we can talk about scenario in Ghana. I'm just walking you through this because I'm leaving you to go through and sit and have a conversation with the bots so that you can go through this, you can generate your own notes and then have the understanding. The best thing to do is to do this thing in a group, all right? And then one person leads the discussion. And to the extent that giving you the formula to lead the discussion, okay? That will help for understanding. If you want more further understanding, you ask for practical example. You are a master student, you are not degree student, where a lecturer will come in and flip slides and we pretended to be teaching you. So where you find this, where you find yourself, this is how you have to interact with the model. So if you have any questions, you can ask. I think that I'll leave you to go to your groups and work. But let me also show you now that we have a full class, let me show you what I sent you. Hello, please mute your listing. So we have the questions, okay? And now there's another person joining. So each group will pick one of the questions. Some of it already have picked, so Akofa will give you the question. But this is the delivery. The delivery is one in the form of group presentation. Each group has 10 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes for questions. I've said that those people who don't join discussion, when they join, what they do is they will do the introduction and conclusion. It will not happen. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry will contribute, fairly to the presentation. You don't come and say, I am this person. This today we are going to talk about this. My group members are this, and then you go and hide. When they finish, you say in conclusion, conclude. We are not doing that here. Everybody must present. You have 10 minutes. So if you are 5, you allot 2 minutes for each person to present. And then I've given the key requirements here. So when you finish, you produce 10-page report. The outline is here. Then you should have your references in there. Now, this is the structure. Group presentation is taking 40%. And then this one is also taking written reports. Now, all this thing put together, the IA is 40%, right? It's 40%. So this is going to give you 40% of your work. And this is the presentation, how the marks will be what? Allocated, the written report, how the marks will be allocated. That is it. So we are saying that you are presenting this. You are presenting this on the 12th of April. That time is non-negotiable. So 12th of April. 12th of April will be just presentation. So take note. Take note of that. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I think you should have a great day.
Look,
Akofa, do you have anything for me?
please, I want to ask if you can give us the outline you just shared so that we will follow it accordingly before the 12th of April.
Which outline?
The way we were doing our presentation and the way you want us to do the reporting and all that.
You are not here. Akofa has it.
Come again?
Please, it's in the group. Okay. It's in the group, please.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So later. Have a good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Enjoy your holiday and a Sunday.